So it is season 2. We're at round 1 in Spa. It's a 90-minute race this evening with 2 mandatory pit stops. They are going to be fuel only, so you can do splash and dashes or change tyres, whichever suits yourself. But it's going to be an unbelievable race today, and before we see how the real lads do it, we're going to do a recap, of course, of last season with all the race winners and show the winners on the podium. But really looking forward to this. So to all the new faces that are joining in for the first time, have a ball out there, and really looking forward to seeing what you all do on track. But without further ado, we're going to look back at season 1 and all the race winners now.
Rachel coming back up to the field to the podium. Oliver Anderson, Gamble, Dave, Chico, even back to Nathan Warren, massive for him there. So looking at positions gained again, Nathan Warren's at 5 positions, Alemani's at 4, Glenn's up 2, Stacy's up 4, Rams up 4, Parente's at 5. So much good solid races for a lot of these drivers, but for me, driver of the day has to go to Gary. He's just not caught a single wrong season.
No, he's run a fantastic race today. Sometimes it's a bit easy to pick the leader of the race, but I think on this occasion, I think Gary has deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
And he's happy with that. Look at that over the line, he'd be happy with that.
So I think wee Matty Gamble is going to finish the race now. He's just done it literally now. That's the race over. That's the race win for Matty Gamble. Congratulations, Matty. But here is the FFG champion of season 1. It is Esposito there. What a campaign there. Finishes off in P2 and is the champion. Very, very well deserved there. Matty Gamble doing a few donuts to celebrate there as well. I'm a sucker for a donut. That was a great win by Matty Gamble. What a way to finish off season 1, and hopefully for him in the season 2 campaign, as he's looking like he's going to be the Amigos champion, you could see him going for that as Baz comes around there. But I'm going to jump on now to P2. He's held on to it, so Aaron Holloway is going to be P2 in the FFG Championship and holds on to his podium there. And his best friend back tech waiting on him. And Polly Amy then comes then in P4. Chico Lindfather is coming around now in P5 as Booten flashing lights crossing the line. There we have, that's Polly Amy, is it? No, it's Esposito. Come on, Esposito. That's what we like to.
So here we are, guys. That's the top 3 for the season. Our champion, Marco Esposito, Aaron Holloway in P2, and Ricky in P3. Very well done to the 3 of you guys. Epic joys from you. We also won Formula 1 on a Tuesday. That new season is starting next Tuesday, along with round 2 then on the Wednesday of our ACC. So let's have a look at how the real guys do it now.
I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, cause you know
So that's it, guys. If you want to be the photo of the week, or you want to show the overtake of the week in my next video for next week, just post it in the channel in the Discord. And let's get into the qualifying now and enjoy the action of the 90 minutes of Spa. And welcome back, guys. It is season 2. We are into qualifying now. There's 9 and a bit minutes left. We're on with Chico Leanfar at the minute, with Mr. Dyer out in the lead. But it's great to have you all here. Tonight we have exactly 30 cars on the grid. There is 43 sign-ups, so there is a few missing. So we will be trying to get through as much of the new drivers once the qualifying's over in the 5 minutes before we get into the race. But 43 sign-ups for season 2 so far. 30 on the grid. Let's hope that this continues on. But we are at Spa. We are doing a 90-minute race today. 2 mandatory pit stops, both for fuel only. So you will most likely do a splash and dash at some stage. I would recommend for most drivers to do it like strategically. If you're getting stuck behind kind of slower traffic and it's hard to get by them, jump into the pits, get your splash and dash done. Then most likely you'll probably be taking tyres then at some stage as well. Well, let's get on to it here. So we're on with Mr. Dyer at the minute. Is on provisional pole at 2:16.7. I did see in practice he was down into the 2:15, so I think everyone's just getting used to the different track settings now. We are on 23 degrees and it is optimal. And you're going to notice as well, I'm not using the Race Labs overlay tonight. Apparently there is a bug with them at the minute in terms of using it in spectator mode. So I'm using the OG game broadcast. And you know what, it actually doesn't look too bad. And let's see though how we go tonight. So we then have in second position Leanfar now is up to that. Then we've got Todd Brown in third position in the Porsche. Welcome in, Todd. I think this might be just the odd appearance he gets. He's not available most Wednesdays, but he'll try and make as many as he can. Then we have Natalie, who is joined today in fourth position. Of course, as you can see, their team, EOS Esports team. Good to have a great representation from them here today. Dominic Geese from Untalented Motorsport by Germany, one of our co-teammates, should I say, in Untalented, and unfortunately his livery is not uploaded correctly. We will have a look. Michael Symes' livery, I'm heartbroken. I've made the livery and for some reason the decals file is not showing up even though I've made it. But he is racing in the AMG Mercedes today. Then we have Lucas Mari next in the Ferrari, racing for Team EOS as well. Then we have the most handsome driver known to man, Glenn Smith's making his first appearance here in FFG, and he is racing for 2ID along with Matthew Gamble and Liam, which we'll see in a few minutes. So Glenn taking the Lamborghini for the first time as well. He has been an Aston fan for as long as I've known him, and he's stuck with that car. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do out here this evening as well. But he is actually up in a bit of time at the minute, so we're going to stick with him. You see, Tedder's actually after moving up into third position now with 2:16.7 for Tedder as well. Gamble is in sixth position, so it's actually just changing all the time. We'll go through all the drivers once all this qualifying's over. There's just so much to go. We've 6 and a bit minutes left anyway. So Glenn still up a bit of time there. Not going to be good enough to move him up a position. He's lost a bit of time there in that corner, and it's not looking like he's going to improve this time. So I'm going to jump on to someone who's looking like they're massively improving. His teammate in the 2ID Lambo, Mr. Matthew Gamble. He is the Amigos champion, and anyone here who races in FFG, I would recommend jumping into Amigos server as well. Their new season starts Monday coming. I racing that also, so I'll be racing these on track instead of talking to you. But Matthew here is the current pro champion. I'm actually the current amateur champion. I've moved up into the pros now, so I won't have a race win for quite a while. But Matthew Gamble was super solid, he's super consistent, and if he's going to do the full season this season as he was season 1's race winner in the last race of the season, so he's starting as he means to go on, hopefully for him. So as he comes around the bus stop here now, he is after losing every bit of time he made up, so he got the bus stop wrong. And that's him giving up on that one there. He's going to be up a slight bit of time, but not enough. We're going to jump on now as Todd Brown is up a bit of time there as well in the Porsche. He's only started off. So I'm going to jump down further here. Nathan Warren
in the livery I done from. That was his idea. He is up half a second here at the minute, so we'll keep an eye on that. So as you see in that, he races in Formula Fanatics Amigos and in Era, and Bundaberg is a root beer company that he says is nice, so that's what he went for that. So that was a late night last minute livery, but still up nearly half a second, so this will jump him up to one position at the minute, but he does need to maybe find a bit more time than that if he wants to break it into the mid pack here this evening, as it seems to be quite competitive. And we're up now to 31 cars. Stanix after joining in there in his Aston Martin. So what can Nathan do? Oh, he's up a nice bit of time there now, so let's see what he can do to the rest of it. Don't lose any time, keep it going, keep it going. That's what we like to see, Nathan. He was in the Bentley in Amigos, he didn't show his overall pace, and he was in the Bentley I think here maybe, if I remember right as well. So let's see what Nathan can do now that he's in his proper car. And I know this guy is quite fast, as he's gone up over a second, so that's going to definitely, he's in contention of getting up into 17th at the minute. So let's see as he exits the corner. Yeah, I think that's going to be good enough for 17th. Oh no, he just misses out by literally 0.005 of a second. Unbelievable there. We're going to jump on with another new name. Idrizi, I'm going to go with. He's up about 0.6 of a second at the minute. The Mercedes is definitely a favourite car of late with people. Although you're going to notice here, there's quite a few McLarens. Actually, quite a few Lambos. A good mix of everything, really. And unfortunately, that's his lap over with there. Let's jump on to the higher and things. Dyer's actually up a bit more time now, and he's only starting his lap. So we're going to jump on maybe someone who's finishing a lap. Syme is up a small bit of time. Not enough, although Solis is up a bit of time. We'll jump on with Solis there. He's up about 2.5-3 tenths of a second in that gorgeous looking Lamborghini. I'd say I do love some of the custom liveries here. Tom Solis is in the team League Full of Idiots. And LFI Racing is as they're going by, and I do like their scheme here as well. So just having a look here as we go around. Don't worry, my face disappears for the race. I get rid of the chat and scene. I'll just use it for qualifying to kind of chat away, and I'll use it then after the race as well. Oh, so far so good, guys. It looks like there's some nice pace out there, although Tom's after losing a bit of time there. Let me see. Matty Gamble is up a nice chunk of time. Now, if he keeps going as he's going, he might be able to jump into 5th position. Chris Tedder's only started a lap as well. Although, do you know what? Dyer is near the end of a lap and he's still up about a 10th or so. That's Brogan, Dyer, and he's racing for the Phoenix Racing Team. So Brogan is a newcomer into FFG as well here, and very welcome in. And he's got some nice pace here this evening. I'm sure Abe Santoma might have a look at this and might consider coming in for now a look at this, and Manzinko as well. As Brogan goes across the line, 2 tenths nearly up. And there he goes out 2:16.342. Still a little bit off of what we were expecting. Matty Gamble was up quite a nice chunk of time now. He looks like he's set to jump the Natala, but can he jump Chico Lindfar as well? He needs to find about 2 and a bit tenths to do so. Can he do so coming in to the bus stop? Can he get that braking right and get the bus stop just perfect? At the minute, it's not looking like he's going to get them 2 and a bit tenths that he may need. But I could be eating me words, depends on his exit here now. That's a much better exit there. I don't think it's going to be enough, but he'll jump up into 5th place regardless, and he does. That was a nice lap there with Matthew Gamble, and there's literally only 31 seconds to go. He's one more bite of the cherry if he has to fuel in. Syme is up half a second here. That could possibly put him into P6. So we're going to stand with Syme to see what he can do here. He's going to be crying for the Lambo to get out of his way, and he gets the braking a little bit off.
But he's still up a good chunk of time. Get it to the line, use that straight line speed. He gets up into 7th position, but he does have time for another lap there. Chico Linfar starting again, is on a Chris header. He is not going to have time for another lap. He was super close. And unfortunately for Chris, that is his qualifying over. Looking down further here. So Liam has not qualified, although Idrizi is trying to get a lap in. There's so much going on here at the minute. Gonna jump on with Stanek here. He's up in nearly half a second. That's gonna definitely help him. So can he keep it up? And also Chris Polycott as well is up a bit of time. So let's see as they're all going through. I actually love that. That's a cool livery. So Thomas Stanek, what's he going to be able to do? He's up 0.6 of a second, still going as well. So he's going quite strong this lap. And with 0.6, that's going to pop up to at least 25th. Possibly even better. We're going to jump onto Chico Linfar in a minute as well, because he's actually up half a second here, which could be provisional pole, although Di Natalia is up half a second. I'm going to have to jump on here. Di Natalia up. Oh, he's lost some in the bus stop, but he does jump Matthew Gamble up into 5th position. So Matthew Gamble needs to find at least a 10th or more. I'm going to jump onto Chico here now. Oh my god, Aaron, thank you so much for all the gifted subs. You're absolute legend, you. Sorry I haven't been looking at the chats there. That's really, really nice of you. Thank you so much. He is a crazy runner-up, Alpha Dog Me. Chico Linfar here, if he keeps this going, could be on provisional pole. Is he going to get it done? This looks like it's going to be provisional pole. He just needs to get it to that line. He gets P2. He was just losing coming out. So close. He'll be kicking himself. Absolutely kicking himself over that. As Idri gets across the line. But invalidated his lap by the looks of it. No, thanks very much. Fair play to you for gifting the sub-tiers to everybody. That's absolutely lovely of you to do that. Absolutely brilliant. You're an absolute legend. And guys, that is it. That is what a qualifying. Unbelievable. So there's 3 guys have not got times in. Isri tried his best and didn't get a time in. Liam Smith has not put a lap in. And then we have Popkin, who's after joining in as well. So we'll have a 32 car grid. Unless Popkin has disconnected, I'm not sure. But let's see how we get on here. Yeah, Aaron, fair play for all the gifting the subs. That's really, really nice of you. Yeah, hurts everyone. Yeah, that's it done and dusted. Just wait for the server to reset. Normally takes about 3 minutes. And fair play to Chico. He sorted out the use of the chat as well. So that is that, guys. So everyone watching, don't be afraid to press the subscribe button to YouTube or to follow on Twitch, if I say that correctly. And you know, join us for all the different streams we do. Obviously we're going to hopefully have bigger and bigger grades coming forward with FFG, and if the growth goes as well next season, we could be looking at 2 different servers running, all going well. But let's see how we get on with this season first, as it's always only started there as well. Okay, now, so I'm just going to write in the chat here as well. So, session starts in 7 minutes. Okay, so it's a little bit longer than normal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through the full grid, because there's actually quite a few cars here today. So, what I'll do is first press drive first. Wouldn't that be the best thing to do? Okay, so in pole position there we have Dyer, who is in his McLaren. That was a great lap time from him as well, in fairness to him, just to show it up there. Or I'll get it back up here now if he's... his qualifying lap was... Oh, it won't let me do that. Right. So we'll go to that now in a minute. This is how it is on my streams, guys.
So yeah, we've got Dyer in first position. Then we have Mr. Chico Leanfar in second position, who's an admin in FFG with myself, and is one of the stewards, and obviously does not talk about his own incidents. Then Todd Brown, a great start at P3 in the Porsche. Quite a strong car around here as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Chris Tedder, the head of Amigos, in fourth position. So as I say, he has his new season coming up on Monday coming. I race in that league as well, and I made that livery from very late at night. But he's a legend. Then Dean Atley is the first, I think, of the EOS drivers. So very welcome along to all the US, well represented here as well. He is doing a great job there. Then we have Mr. Matty Gamble next on the grid in that very, very beautiful looking 2ID livery. He's probably in there going jeepers at the minute. He's going to be someone to keep an eye on consistency all the way. And Mr. Syme then next. He had changed his car 3 times today and finally chose the Mercedes. He was going to go with the Lambo and was going to go with the McLaren, but last minute he does that. Then we've got Luca Mari next in the Ferrari. Very, very good showing from Luca, to be fair about it, up there in P8 as well. So going to be interesting to see what he does as well. Then next we have Dominic Geese, the German. Do you know what? He's Schumacher in the making. He's that good. Unfortunately, his livery hasn't shown tonight. It has a lovely little message for me and for Mr. Oliver as well. But Oliver actually isn't here tonight, which is sad to see. Tom Solis is next for the League Full of Idiots. So great to have Tom in here as well. And that's a gorgeous looking livery. I think Mr. Ibal done that. Then we have the handsome boy himself, the most beautiful man known in any sim racing community or anywhere in the world, Mr. Glenn Smith. And I have to say, Matty's done a great job on these liveries here for 2ID. Well represented as well, 3 cars on the grid. Next we have Mr. Samuel down in, where are we now, P12. That is a gorgeous looking McLaren as well, and it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on as well. Quite a lot of McLarens on the grid, as you see. And the handsome man, John Dudley. This livery took me a while to do. But he's from Wales, and he's not all there, everyone. He's just not all there. So that is a beautiful looking livery. Now Duds as well is somebody I would expect to be getting race wins. So very interesting to see that the Audi for him just hasn't really connected tonight. But let's see how his race pace goes. Then we've got Navikas next in a beautiful looking Maka. Let's see how he gets on as well. So an awful lot of new names here for myself. If I murder your name, look, I'm sorry, it is what it is. Then we've got Lape, I can say that one. That's a gorgeous looking McLaren, to be fair. That's really, really nice. Be interesting to see how he gets on. It's actually really, really nice. Is he eating any snacks in there? No, he's not. Right, we're on then to Mr. Andre Batek, Aaron's best friend. Now, Andre... Mr. Batek here, he has a beautiful livery. He is one of the most enthusiastic drivers out there, and he has improved a lot since season 1, and we're interested to see how he gets on in season 2 now. And I think if he just calms it down a little bit, gives a little more room to others, he's going to be in for a great haul of points here. And we have Mr. Aaron Holloway next in just one of the most beautiful looking liveries. Can you tell he's a Williams fan? Can I just ask that? Well, hasn't he done a great job there, everyone, with this here? Fair play to him. It's a really, really beautiful looking thing there. And I'm pretty sure, there it is there, Holloway Racing is on that there, Williams Race on the back. And he has our FFG logo, fair play to him, on the side. But he's used all the Dorothy Capital sponsors and all. Very, very good job. And on to Mr. Evil next. I absolutely am a massive fan of his liveries. And he is, of course, with the League Full of Idiots, along with the other guys in the grid. And I have to say, he's done a great job on his livery as well. I do love that. Now on to Mr. Nathan Moore and another one of my liveries. Nathan here, super fast driver. I do expect him to be getting a few positions up, starting in P19. It goes to show just the caliber that's on this grid today. P20 Stanovic. I'm not going to say your name correctly. I do apologise, but I'll do my best. Mr. Polycott next. And in the Ferrari, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here. It's great to see the Polycotts in. I think they're father and son, if I remember correctly. So it'll be great to see father and son of the Polycotts doing it. And Mr. Ransley next. That is a very, very cool looking livery. I love it, Roadhog Racing. Do you know what? That's a class livery. And then we have Mr. Spud Phelan himself in another one of my liveries. This is an Irish-inspired livery with Brennan's Bread, RTE, Fáilte Ireland, Jameson, Guinness, Paddy Power, you name it, it's on it if it's Irish. And he is there running nicely in P23. We've got Stanek then in P24 with King Snacks. Be interested to see what Stanek does here this evening as well. Then we have Erhard then in P25, and that's a really nice looking Porsche as well. Motorsport Games 22 Marceau. Nice one. Then we have Mr. Polycott then in P25 in the Red Bull liveried Ferrari. Verstappen.com. That's what we like to see, a bit of crack there. Then we've got Mr. Stacey Ellis in his Mercedes. He is up in P27. So look, he's actually doing very well. I will say this for Stacey. You know, he's been qualifying, getting stronger and stronger. He used to be at the very back, hence he was called race at the back, but he's starting to move himself up into the mid-pack. Then we have Baz O'Neill. Baz, your livery's not shown. I don't know what's happened there, but unfortunately your livery has not shown. We'll try to get that sorted for the next race. Baz is another driver who really proved you finish all the races, you collect those points, and you'll finish very high in the championship. And these, to me, are the kind of people I love to see in the league. They will, no matter what's happened to them, they will finish the race. They will get the points. And it really proved well for Baz last year, finishing very, very high in the championship. So well done, Baz, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do this season. Then we have Mr. Beigers in 29th position. Then Isri in 20 or 30th position. And then Liam Smith is at the very back. And we're down to 14 seconds, guys. I barely got through that in 7 minutes. There's so many drivers. But there we go, guys. We're going to jump on now with the race leader, as we are just about to do a short formation lap and get on with this. So Dyer is the leader. I'm going to do my best to keep on all the action. At times I may lose a little bit of the action, but we'll do our very best to keep on top of it all. So we're going to jump on now to the live scene as well. Get rid of my face and let's just focus on the racing in hand. So they're not really pushed to get going. Chico is right up there. Dyer is making his way back to the front now, as we are about to get going here. Eau Rouge is all I'm worried about. Let's have a great race, guys. Be safe, be smart. 2 pit stops. 31 cars going through, and we are about to get going. Brown, though, is after starting off really, really high, and he's driving through. That's quite dodgy there. But Brown has made it through there with Chico Leanfar. A few cars running wide, bit of touching. It looks like no major damage, although as I say that, we have one Porsche off, that is Earnhardt, and then Isdri is going backwards there. So let's have a look at what happened there. So on with Isdri, and then Earnhardt is there. Isdri goes, oh, Earnhardt just lost it into him. So poor Isdri actually had nothing to do with that there. He was just unfortunate with Earnhardt going. Very, very unlucky. And Dyer has pulled in. I don't know what's going on with Dyer. Has he had an issue? Looks like there was an issue there with him at the minute, but we're going to jump on. Todd Brown is leading this here from Chris Tedder in P2. Then we have Chico Leanfar up in P3. And Batek up into P11 now is after getting by Naviakas. And there's just battles everywhere here. I just don't know where to look, so I'm going to do my very best to give everybody a quick look there as we kind of settle down. The first few laps are going to be absolutely crazy. Liam Smith's already up into P27 as well. That's a great start from Liam. He's up now, what, 5 for 4 positions. Stacey Ellis up into P24. Go on to Stacey. Behind him, we've got Liam Smith now up in, going around it. Baz, and Liam's going to get a few more positions here, depending on how that Mercedes rejoins. But luckily enough, he's gotten through that. Liam's up into P24 now. Well done, Liam. Polycott making the moves as well, fighting there, and gets the job done. So little room between him and Ransley there. Unbelievable stuff there. They've gotten through here. It's at the back where all this is going down. Stacey's after going a bit more wide there, and has dropped down a few positions there. Dominic Geese all over the back is Syme here as well. Then behind him you've got Luca Murray, Tom Solis, Glenn Smith is still in P10 at the minute. Matthew Campbell is in P5, but Delante here is all over the back of Chico. And there has been a bit of a jump there, but hopefully the stream hasn't been affected by that, but the game definitely did skip for a second. As we're on with Chico here, and he is defending as much as he can from Dean Natalie there. And it looks like he's got it done. But for how long? As they're coming down towards the Rouge, Chico holds the line. Matthew Gamble going to be sitting tight, keeping an eye out for if there is any spins. Chico gets a little bit squarely there, but Chico is going to be able to hold him off. But for how long now? Because that McLaren seems to have a much better pace. In a straight line drag race, Chico is losing this battle, but has the optimal line and will be able to go. Chico's broke too far and he's dropped it. He's got it back going. Matty Gamble's after getting through there. Syme also is after getting through, and Dominic Geese. So Chico is now under pressure as well from Luca Murray. As I say that, Chris Tedder's got by Todd Brown. Sorry, Chris, I've missed that happening on the stream. So Chris is after getting by Todd Brown here as well. There's just stuff happening everywhere here. And Navakis as well. Guys, at the minute, I'm going to do my best to get everything. There's just so much action going on. So we've got Dyer and Isery in the pits there. Peter Phelan lost out there to Mr. Beigers as well, who's all over the back now. Liam Smith's up into 21st position as well. That's unbelievable going there. Dr. Evil there, as I'll call him, is now up into P17. So at the minute, it's really on. Todd Brown though, 0.3 seconds off the race lead. Peter Phelan's after having a bit of a moment. What's after happening there? We got on with the helicam. Did he just lose it himself? By the looks of it, it just looks like the rear end of the car just went, no, you've asked. Oh, he's gone way onto the grass. And that's what's after losing him that bit of time there. But he's back going, and that's the main thing. But Chris Tedder now is after pulling a bit of advantage from Todd Brown now. So Chris is absolutely on it. I know he's been absolutely hunted in those laps in the last day or two on this one as well. Really looking after Dominic Eastow and Syme getting super close as well. Dominic East absolutely on it as well. Stanek as well. Stanek's getting the draft here. See Mercedes versus Aston Martin. The Aston is a rocket in a straight line as well. Samuel is after having a huge moment there. Let's go back 15 seconds and have a look at what happened here. He was by himself as well, so was it just he got the braking wrong? Oh, he just lost the rear of it and snapped. But you know something, great recovery because he did not hit the wall. That's the main thing there with that. You just don't want to be getting any damage. Batek and Aaron are at it, and they're right behind Mr. John Dudley. So John is probably thinking to himself, oh, what do I got to do? Batek's giving the flash. He's giving the tether flash. This is unbelievable stuff here. So Batek is out dragging Dudley. What's Dudley going to do? Batek's giving the room, as is Dudley, so very fair driving there. Batek has got the move done. Aaron Holloway right behind Dudley, looking to try and get the move to happen. That's unbelievable stuff. Fair play to the whole lot of them. And there's a train developing there now, so Batek really does need to try and push on, because he does have Dudley, Holloway, Novakis, Leip all in a row there as well. Looking back further, so Stacey Ellis is in the pits. Isri's leaving the pits there. He must have had massive damage. So let's see how he goes. We've lost a few drivers by the looks of it. So I don't know what happened, in fairness to who was in the race lead there. I don't know what happened to him. Unfortunately, something did happen. It looked like a massive disconnect because he just wasn't going anywhere. We've got Beigers there now in line with Liam Smith and Polycott. So it's actually one Polycott's holding up the other Polycott here at the minute. Under team rules, do you reckon they're going to let each other by? Can they work together and try and pull a bit of a gap if possible? Because it's normally easy to get by one car, but not when there's two running on the same team essentially as well. So Dominic Geese and Syme are at it. Dominic Geese though got a much nicer line out. The Syme has that big dirty V engine and he gets that better exit there. But Chico is right there with him, as is Luca Murray as well. This is great stuff here. And to know something as well, I used to have run-ins with the EOS guys and Amigos, but they've turned out the racecraft has improved massively and they're doing absolutely brilliant. Even here, Luca Murray's in a great position for them and is really representing them in a great manner here this evening. But Dominic Geese has got to move done, and he is pulling away now from Soim. He's saying bye-bye, because now Soim is under pressure from Chico Leanfar. Luca Murray right behind, and then with that Tom Solis is making his way up there. So Chico's on the defensive. And Soim's going to try and go around the outside of Chico. But Chico stays just ahead for now. Looking back further, Polycott's after having a moment. Let's have a look back to see what happened. Oh! Okay, so he had a big crash into the wall, so we lost it on a rouge. We just didn't get to see from where. And Earnhardt there is carrying some big damage from the lap 1 incident. I'm surprised he hasn't pitted as of yet, so that's the replay over with now. So Polycott's still going, but his car is massively damaged. He's going to want to get in this lap. Oh yeah, I'd say that's an absolute torture for him to drive. He still has a long way to go though. He's reset the pit. He can continue on. Well, Liam Smith is now up into 18th position there, so Liam doing a great job there. We have lost 3 drivers at the minute due to broken force feedback failure. Was that what happened to you? Mate, that is super unlucky. That is super unlucky. Brogan did have force feedback issues there. I knew something happened because it made no sense, because you had the pace, so that's super, super, super unlucky. And I'm very sad to see you out over here. But look at this, as we are talking to yourself, Brown is under pressure now from Dean Attella. Another EOS driver. Really, I have to say they're bringing the big ones here today. That's really unusual when that happens. What wheel are you using, Brogan? And you're more than welcome. We do have a voice chat there called Waiting Room in our server. If you want to come in and tell us what happened, you're more than welcome to come in. Go to my friend Natalie. Okay, we're on with Natalie there now. You're saying go from... But Brown got a really good start, Natalie there. Look at the difference. Now, the McLaren should have better top speed, so Brown's going to be under pressure. Oh, super aggressive there. Now, the only thing is Brown's going to hold the inside line, but Natalie's after getting the move done. Can he pull enough ahead? Is that portion of the braking we know is super strong? These are super, super close there. Oh, Brown just needs to give a bit more room there. The Natalie's right there with him. Natalie gives the room and thinks better of it. That's great driving and great racecraft, just thinking ahead there like that. That's what we like to see here. Very, very interesting stuff. Now, looking back while that's going on there, so Polycott's still in the pit. Stacey Ellis up into 26th, Phelan in 25th. Earnhardt just after having a bit of a moment. Is that Eau Rouge as well? I think that's more than so many people this evening. In the Porsche as well, he has damage already from Eau Rouge from lap 1. And did he just lose it on the curb? Oh, before the curb, just, oh. That is tough, tough, tough going. And as I say that then, I see Peter Phelan right behind him. Baz is off as well and back going. So tyres is definitely an issue here this evening. People are maybe running too aggressive as well. You just never know. On with Beester is here now. So Patrick doing a great job there in that beautiful looking Lambo. Oh no, absolutely. Jump in whenever you'd like. I won't blame you needing a smoke break after that, after getting such a great qualifying position as well. That's unbelievable. Let me see what happens. Oh, Glenn's after letting me know his brake pedal's fucked up. So there is people having issues at the minute. Can they get it sorted being the question? That's very, very unlucky. But jumping on here as we are going to continue on. So at the minute there, Soim and Mary fighting like there's no tomorrow. And it looks like Soim has won this, but Mary's going to keep fighting as well. Mary's not giving up on this one. Another round they're going to have here now, and this is where you just need to be patient. Oh, Mary's lost the back. Oh, Tom Solis done the great thing there, but is following through on the inside. Probably got a track cut for her, but avoid dying a death. Oh, wow, what's happened there? That was Aaron Holloway. Aaron hits the curb and just kills himself. Oh, and he clipped the McLaren. Oh my god. That was late that he clipped as well. That was super, super, super unlucky. Nothing he could have done there. He is struggling to get that car back. And just to show you that steering wheel. Oh no, the steering wheel's actually not too bad. I would have assumed the steering would have been wrecked in that car. How was Aaron getting on? Is there any counter steer with Aaron? No, it looks like they're actually alright. Very surprised at that one. Wow. So Dyer is in the pits at the minute. Polycut then in P25. But Chris Tedder's after pulling himself a 5-second lead at the minute, which is unbelievable. Todd Brown still in second position, fighting with Natalie. Not too far. Matty Gamble is catching up with these guys, fighting very hard as well, which is good news for him. Dominic Eastoe and Chico Leanfar not too far off. Michael Syme just right behind there as well with Tom Solis, who was lucky to make it through Eau Rouge. When the car loses it there, it's only bad. Bad tech though. Andre is up into P9 and doing a phenomenal job there. Fair play to you, Mr. Batek. This is exactly what I wanted to see from you. Mr. Nakavas then in P10, but also Dudley now is coming on the attack, so Dudley's starting to come good. I think he just needs to get his eye in. He has been away and did have a back issue, so he did miss out in the last race or two, if I remember right as well. So John is back. Let's see how he gets on through this season as it goes on. Yeah, all looking quite good out there at the minute. Dean Atlee's just after getting by and he's held it, so we're going to go back 15 seconds to have a look at this one as it unfolds with the camera. He goes around the outside, or does he get ahead in time? He gets ahead in time. Oh, smart thinking. Cuts off the line. Ah, that was absolutely grade A driving there from Mr. Dean Atlee. Fair play. And that is Todd Brown down into P3 now. Obviously still right behind. These guys very, very similar on pace. So let's see what happens there. As Holloway is left the pits, or in the pit should I say. Leip is slightly ahead of him at the minute. Stacey Ellis now up into P22 with O'Neill in P23. Doing a great job there. And fair play to Liam Smith. Started 31st up into 15th now. He stayed out of any trouble and is just continuing on and doing a great job. So fair play to him. And he's actually only 3.5 seconds off Stanovic up ahead, who is only 0.9 of a second off Mr. Evil, who's right behind Nathan Warren here and is fighting very, very hard with him. Oh, he got the braking slightly wrong, but he's done enough to not lose too much time and was able to carry it through. Obviously not ideal now that Stanovic is right behind, but it's not an easy place to overtake, as we're on now with Chico Leanfar coming into the bus stop versus Mr. Geese. Can he do anything about Dominic? At this moment in time, no. So Chris Tedder's lap, or gap should I say, is down under 5 seconds now. It'll be interesting to see how that continues on. So as you see there as well, guys, only from 22nd back it looks like have gotten all one pit in. Oh no, only 2 people have pitted yet. I'd say that Aaron and Leip will be coming out with their first pit done. Now they're obviously fixing quite a bit of damage. John Dudley is in now. I think Dudley's going to get his splash and dash done now and then come back out into clean air and just continue on. That'll be probably the smart way to go about that. So let's see how he gets on as we continue on. So Dudley is in the pits there now. Peter feeling, I had a stomach bug all day, tried my hardest race, couldn't do it, had to rage quit. Look Peter, if you're not feeling well, that's absolutely fine. You don't need to force yourself to race, buddy. But yeah, no, I seen what happened. You dive backwards into the wall. So I understand, it's fine. But we will see you for next week and hopefully you are feeling better, get that stomach bug gone. All the pickup all over Mr. Chico's Audi already. So Evil's after getting it done on Warren. So let's go back 15 seconds. That was just a pure drag race with the better line. And looks like then he just continued that on. That Beamer's straight line speed is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's fair play to him. Isdry's after having a moment. He's having a tough one here tonight. But look, for these guys that maybe aren't as used to the game as other people, just think of this as a pure practice session. Obviously don't impede anyone and try to get on. But look, he's done a good recovery. He's got it off the track, which is the main thing. But he's going to have huge damage there for that, the poor guy. But he's in the pits. And that's what we don't mind having slower drivers in here as well, because we want people to improve over time. And don't be afraid to ask for advice in the main chats. That's what it's there for as well. And that is what we're all about. These things happen. Now, looking back further, Mari is getting very interested here. We're going to go on now as Mari gets the job done. But they're also behind a bit of a train there. They've got Liam Smith. Then you've got Stanovic. Aaron Holloway is in between them at the minute. So Aaron will be blue flagged soon enough. And of course, it's not like Formula 1. You don't have to move out of the way straight away. You can do it in a safe manner. And it's up to the driver who is overtaken to get the safe job done. So as we're going on here now, so Luke and Mari is all over the back of Liam Smith. What can Liam do here? Liam just needs to focus ahead of him. He's been doing a great job so far. Beautifully done through. Now I think the Beamer should have the legs on the Ferrari here, and he'd want to tuck in for that bit of a slipstream as well from Aaron, but definitely it looks like the Beamer is able to hold its own in a straight line. How is it under braking compared to the Ferrari? Looks absolutely fine. So Liam is going to want for Aaron to get out of the way soon enough, and I'm sure Aaron will. He's very aware of what's happening around him. He is in a different race at the minute. Liam defending like a lion. Doing an absolutely stellar job there. Fair play to him. I'm very impressed with him. He was one of the most frustrating drivers I had the pleasure of commentating on in a previous league, because I know he has speed and I know he can do better, but like this, he's shown me just the consistency here today, so I'm delighted for him that his consistency is getting there. Oh, Batek's after having a moment. Mr. Andre, what happened to you? So we're going with the longer view. Was it just the curb on the exit? Yeah, just on the exit. But luckily enough, I think that'll be minimal damage, so it shouldn't be too bad for him. And Natalie is in the pits, guys. There we go. That's our first of the major players to be in the pits. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So Liam is after losing out to Mr. Bleisters there, but is coming back at him. Oh, Liam's going for the inside on the brakes. This just has a cut off at the minute, so Liam has lost 2 positions there, but he can just focus then on what's going on around him. Aaron Holloway, though, is still racing his own race. Stanovic is just pulled out of the way nearly to let them by. I don't know what's going on there. So you've got the Natalie in the pit stock, Drivel up to P10, Nathan up to P11, Luca Marino is P12, so Stanovic maybe thought, you know what, you're not my race. I'm just going to continue on doing my own thing. So Liam back up in the P15. Leip is in the pits also now. So at the minute, Chris Tedder is 5.7 seconds clear of Todd Brown, running very well in second position. Matty Gamble now in P3, 4.8 seconds off Todd Brown. Dominic East is only 1.7 seconds off Mr. Matty Gamble, but he is being hounded the whole time by Chico Leanfar here as well. So Dominic East not having it easy at all, with Chico right there with him. Michael Syme is 5 seconds off them, but has Tom Solis for company, only about half a second off, with Andre Batek about 7.5 seconds off, and he's got Navaktis right behind him as well. Then a bit of a gap then for 10.7 seconds to Mr. Dr. Evil. Then we have Nathan Warren in 11th position. 2.3 seconds off him, but 1.2 seconds back is Luca Murray. So Luca is making places and making his name known. Then in P13 we've got Mr. P. Bishters. Then in 14th we have Liam Smith. Then Stanovic is in P15, or Stanovic should I say, with Mr. Polycott then in P16, A Polycott, so Andy. Then we've got Matt Ransley in 17th position. Then we have Alfred Di Natali in P18 after his pit stop though. Don't forget that. Jay Lape has a pit stop go tour now as well. That's not nice to see. John Dudley is in P19 after his first pit stop. So the two guys at least have a bit of air though as well. You're looking at these 8 seconds clear ahead of him. Dudley's 15 seconds clear ahead as well. So they're both in clear air at the minute, which is great. Aaron Holloway doing his job in P20, Stacey Ellis in P21, Baz in P22, Lape in P23 still going, Mr. Chris Polycott in P24. Then we've got Igly is Idrizi in P25, and then Brogan is now back in. So let's see how Brogan get on, even just to continue on. Fair play to him, 6 laps down, that's what we're after. He's had his disconnect, but he's in to finish off what he started. So Chris Tedder doing a great job there at the minute. Liam Smith in for his first pit stop as well. Be interesting to see how that goes about with Luca Murray though. Side by side here with Nathan Warren. 2 Ferraris, but Lucas might be carrying just a little bit more pace. Maybe got a better drive off Eau Rouge and Radion. And has got the job done. So very, very, very well done to him there. And unfortunate for Nathan. So let's see, where does Liam feed out? I would expect Liam to be behind Mr. Dudley, but not by much. Depending on if he's done. Although it's probably too early to be doing your tyre change now. Although he could be doing a tyre change now, it all really depends. So he was stopped, no, he was only stopped for 6 seconds. Being a Spa pit entrance, it's forever to get through it. So that's why that's the case there. So Liam is definitely going to do tyres. Di Natali is also going to definitely do tyres, as is John Dudley. It looks like Aaron has just fixed damage and probably changed tyres, so he might just do a splash and dash. Stacey Ellis stopped for 36 seconds. I would assume that is for tyres. Baz, damage and tyres. Lape, probably damage and tyres. Polycott, definitely damaged tyres and a cup of tea. 2 minutes and 59. He was in the pits for huge damage to that car. Isri then was 56. So interesting to see all the different pit times at the minute. Novakis now is all over the back of Mr. Andrei Batek. So let's see how we get on here now. So Novakis doing everything, although he's probably going to have to tuck in behind Batek until after Eau Rouge, because you don't really want to be going side by side into Eau Rouge here. It normally doesn't work out well. I have to say, the McLaren's taken that bump a lot better than I expected to take. And that's the thing, the Beamer then just has much better straight line speed than the McLaren. And now Luca Murray is looking to hunt down Mr. Evil. Now the Beamer, its only saving grace might be, although Luca Murray must be driving with no aero because he is absolutely rapid. He's just too far back. He was thinking about it, showing the nose there, letting Mr. Evil knows what's going on, as Matt Ransley is in the pits now as well. Bishters has got by Nathan Warren as we just missed it. Let's go back and have a look at that one there. Nathan on the inside, Bishters on the outside. Do you know what? Nathan given plenty of room, doesn't want any contact. And look, that's fair enough. You know, he's thinking about getting it to the end. It's a 90-minute race. Listen, I've stomach bug, child. Ramon leaves Liam's pen, please. Wait, what happened, Liam? Glenn, you're welcome to join me in the comments box if you want. What happened, Liam? But like, if it's a stop-go 30 in game, it's obviously speeding in the pits, which I would not be able to overturn. As Chris Tedder, our race leader, is in the pits there now. So Todd Brown has gone on into first position now. Matty Gamble still out there, goes into second. Dominic Geese into third, and so on. So Liam will have to do a stop go, and around here that's absolutely disgusting. So Glenn, it obviously was speeding in the pit lane. I think that's the only way a stop go would happen. That's unfortunate. We'll tell him to keep the head up. There's still points anyway, no matter where he finishes, and to be honest with you, I still think top 20 is easy for Liam here with his pace this evening, to be fair about it. So Dr. Evil, though, Luca Mari has got by Dr. Evil through all of that. Sorry guys, we did miss out on that one. So Tedder's in the pits, Batek's in the pits, Navakis is in the pits. It's such a long pit lane here, feels like forever. Drive through for Matt Ransley. Drive through for Matt Ransley. That is very unfortunate there. Just track limits around Spa will be a thing, and I expect one or two more drive-throughs throughout this evening as well as we get on through this. But it is what it is. You just have to get on with it. Chris Tedder feeds back out into P12. So Stanovic is still ahead now. Novak, or where are we looking at? The Natalie is about 17, so about 20 seconds off Tedder. So about right at the minute. Although, looking at the pit times, this will make more sense. The Natalie was stopped for 15 seconds. I was just thinking that it's a bit too long. And Tedder 5 seconds. So Tedder was a splash and dash, so that's his splash and dash done with. I presume Tedder, knowing Tedder, will be in about 15 minutes for his main pit stop. You're watching the football now after your break. Yeah, well look, definitely needs the confidence, and I was only saying it in the stream a few minutes ago, Glenn. He's been a frustrating person for me to commentate on in the past. But he's been doing phenomenally here this evening. That was super unlucky because he went from 31st up to like P14, I think it was. And was still going very strong there as Polycott runs wide. So his confidence should be there. It's just unfortunate. Drive-through, it's probably the worst track to get a drive-through at because of how long you actually are on the pit lane for. So Natalie doing a bit of drifting, which you don't want to be doing. But yeah, look, that's been unfortunate. But look, his confidence will come back into it. And look, that's what it's all about, is just keeping the head down and going for it with Geese. Leaned far. We also have Simon in the pits. Luca Mari's in the pits. So pits are getting quite busy. Also Liam Smith in the pits serving his stop go, I'd assume, and Ransley doing his drive through as well. And that drive through is going to feel like an age, but for Liam it's going to feel like an age as well. But look, once they get it done, it's done. They can move on. So with Geese here, lean far right behind Simon. Now, who's going to pit the quickest here? I'm going to stay on with these guys because this is going to be interesting. So Geese has stopped already for a few seconds. Who's out? So that Simon has only stopped for 5 seconds. Lean far, 7, 8, 9. So are they doing their tyres now, I wonder? So Simon is definitely jumping the guys. Geese must have had a bit of damage, 18 seconds. Lean far, I think, is going to go for... It makes no sense, 22 seconds, so they must have all carried damage. Interesting. Okay, right, back into it here. Simon is all over the back of the Natalie after coming out of those pits there. So the Natalie just got by Simon, but Simon now getting his eye back in. Is he able to do anything? That is the question of all questions here now. Because the Natalie had great pace as well before the pit stop, so let's see how they go. Chris Tedder back up in the P7. Has a bit of fresh air in front of him and a back marker behind him, so that's grand for Chris. He's in a good position. So Dyer still out there doing a good job. He's 8 laps down, but can easily, I'd say, at least get some more information on the car for future races and at least grab points this evening, because there's points for every position. So he's done the right thing by, if you can continue and get those points. John Dudley though and Chico Leanfar, both in Audis, both on different strategies also. Both have done one stop, so Dudley is after coming into it a little bit with Leanfar anyway. Dominic Geese though right behind Mr. Polycott now, but Geese has pulled 8.7 seconds is the gap between himself and Leanfar. Luca Murray, after his pit stop, is in P16, but all right behind Nakovas now, down to 0.3 of a second. I do feel it's about a matter of time before Luca gets by. And you know what, EOS again, I just want to say, are doing an amazing job with their team here. The quality of racing is second to none. I'm very impressed with them being able to back out of moves as well, seeing that it was going to be blocked. Stop go 30 for Dominic Geese. Sorry guys, I only seen that there now. Dominic May. It's just one of these pit lanes you don't want to do it, and that's a second stop go 30 there. Liam has got his done and is out 18 seconds behind Mr. Aaron Holloway. But fair play to Liam, still in the top 20 and still going to get some great points this evening. So Dominic now is going to be absolutely, he'll be livid, but also he's the kind of guy that just gets on with it as well. He's not a lad to let emotions get in the way of racing. He has a great attitude towards racing, and he will definitely make sure he gets to the end here as well. But anyone who's watching, you're very welcome along to stream. Don't forget to subscribe or follow, depending on the platform you're on, and join us for all the races throughout the season every Wednesday for ACC, and from Tuesdays next week our second season of Formula 1 is back going as well, with full broadcast by myself for that one as well. So Dudley is sticking behind Chico, not dropping away. Luca Murray is kind of sitting there, probably impatiently with the fastest lap as well, just so you know, is Mr. B. Dyer at 2:16.8. It's a what could have been for him though, because he was pole position. Ooh, Murray getting a little bit kind of, right, come on guy, let me by, and Luke has got the job done. That's what we like to see there, good clean driving. He was really saying, look, come on, let me through. Stacey Ellis as well up into P20, doing a great job with Baz O'Neill in P21. Matt Ransley after his drive through in P22, so let's see what can happen there for him as we go back up now. Gamble's in the pits and Tedder gets by into P6. So Matty Gamble's coming out of the pits, so that must have been a splash and dash from Matty, which it was, 5 seconds as well. So he's going to feed out ahead of Dean Natley comfortably. And he's 14 seconds, 14 and a half seconds should I say, off Mr. Tedder. So both of them will be aiming to probably pit in the next 10 minutes or so if they want to get the grip consistent. Although the pace on the second stint will be a lot better if they've lightened the fuel load, but then again, when you're changing tyres, you might as well fuel for the tyres as well. But Brogan doing a great job there. And that's what I love to see, people sticking it out no matter what's happened in the race. Brogan had his force feedback go right at the start of the race. That's why he dropped off and he tried to continue on, so fair play to him. Absolutely hats off to Dyer there for that one. Solus running in P2 for League Full of Idiots with Brown out front. Evil for League Full of Idiots. or teamful of idiots he calls it, in P3. Bishter's running P4 at the minute. Nathan Warren up in P5. Chris Tedder is in P6. Matty Gamble is in P7. Alfred Di Natale is in P8 for EOS, with Bishter's coming into the pits. Syme in P9. Polycott is in P10. Then we have Chico Lindfar in P12, but not for long because he's after jumping Polycott there into P10. John Dudley though is looking to try and get a move done. He might just have to wait another few moments. Polycott's doing a great job there. That's where you can see the Audi. John's just not getting the drive that he wants. He needs to get the move done from Polycott, so John's going to go the outside normal line. So John needs to let Polycott just kind of go too far, and he doesn't. Oh, so that's going to cost him at least a second now. So Batek then is next in P13. Luca Mari in P14 doing some great moves. I definitely see him in the top 10, I'd say, by the end of this race. That's a bold call out for you there now. Stanovac doing a good job. Stacey Ellis is in the pits there now. Baz then is not too far behind, so I think Baz is going to get the job done then on him. So Chris Tedder is in P5 at the minute. Obviously the car's ahead of not pitted yet. And Polycott and Dudley. Dudley's got the job done. Let's have a quick look back to see where that was done. Polycott just lose it a bit. He did. That was just enough for Dudley. Oh, Dudley runs massively wide, anticipating that there was going to be a car coming across the track there. That's what you call race smarts there. But luckily in this case, Polycott was good enough to hold on to the car and has got the job done for both of them anyway. As Mr. Brown has finally gone into the pits. So this is going to be interesting to see where he comes out compared to Mr. Tedder, because he was about 5 and a bit seconds off Tedder. Has he gained time or lost time in that? So we're going to stay on with Tedder now to see how this plays out. As Tedder crosses the line. Where's Todd? Todd is still parked up. Todd stopped for 4-5 seconds only. So Todd is now out. But it looks like Tedder might just get out ahead of him. And surely will do. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. Not by much. Tedder is out and about now. But not by much. It's going to be about 4 to 5 seconds, I would say. Yeah, it's going to be about 5 and a bit seconds, so very interesting there. Tedder has Dyer right behind him, and Dyer is the fastest man on the track currently as well. So does Tedder let Dyer by and not worry about it? Dyer definitely has the pace here this evening. Just unfortunately, the force feedback went to them, which is not what you want. So Tedder doing a great job there. Polycott is in the pits there, so fair play to Chris. So Nathan Warren is not too far ahead of Tedder now. And that would be for essentially track position as well. And to be fair for Dyer as well, he is allowed to overtake to unlap himself if he has better pace as well. So is Chris just letting him by? I think Chris is just letting him by. He's like, do you know what, just go on your way, you're faster than me. I just want to get on my race. I'm essentially going for a lead. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do, Chris, there. So if you are listening, absolutely top-notch thinking. So Liam Smith still doing a very strong race there at P31 up into P19, and that's even after a stop go. And Stacey Ellis, the only person I think to have cleared all their pit stops already. And as I say that, Nathan Moran's in for his first pit stop now. Dr. Evil doing a great job, as is Solace. So John's after dropping about 5 seconds off Chico Lindfar now. Doing a solid job out there. He gets his lips done by a special LA person, flies over to do his lips there. He puts that little tash in his car as well. It's now green for some reason. He likes the old green tash. As Nathan's coming out of the pits. Or no, he's only still coming into the pits. As is Spa. And luckily for the stewards, there's only 21 incidents, but most of them were self-inflicted, as with the software running in the background here as well. And speaking of which, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save the replay. I think it's shift down? No. It's either S or M. I pressed it anyway, so hopefully it's saved. As I want to save the stream and get the start of it. So as Solace goes into the pits now, finally, we've got Nathan Moore in the pits, Polycott and Bishter's also in the pits as well, and they are serving, it looks like, their second one now. So it looks like everyone has done one other than Solace and Mr. Dr. Evil himself. Just interesting to see where Dyer is. Yeah, he's pulling away from Chris slowly but surely. I think Chris done the smartest move there by not getting involved with defending a back marker. And guys, there, just as it's on the screen, Rogue Energy is actually a new affiliate of ours. If you're ordering from them, you just have to use the code FFG in caps, and that will give you 10% off your order. And while it is quiet enough on the track, I'm just going to run a quick little video I've done with them. It's going to take just 30 seconds only. And there you have it, guys. So that is it. They are affiliated with us now. We're delighted to have them in. So yeah, it's great to have them on board with ourselves. And as I say, use the code FFG for 10% off. And I'm after ordering my first go with them as well. So I'm going to replace them with Monster and see how we get on with them for a week or two. And if it's as good as what they say, I'm going to stick with them as well. Just them. So Dr. Evil's in the pits, Natalie's in for the second one, as is Dudley. Chris Tedder's back in the lead. Paul Browndo's pulled in about a second, but I do feel that was down to Chris as well, slowing down to let the other car by that time. Track has not changed much in terms of temperature. It's at 20 degrees. I think it's dropped 2 degrees since the start. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Hewlett. Delighted to have you in there. So Luca Mari though is all over the back of Andre Batek now. Luca Mari has been absolutely flying up. Now these are still yet to pit. The Natalie has at least covered all his pit stops now, as is Bishter's and Stacey Ellis. You'll see a little green mark at their names and not a little one in orange, and that will show you that the pit. So Tedder is in pitting now for a second time as well. Tedder's getting himself cleared now. He'll be getting on some fresh rubber as well, as it is 2 mandatory pit stops. Only mandatory for fuel, but you can splash and dash it, but an hour and a half you're going to change tyres around Spa. So I did call it in around the 45-minute mark. Chris Tedder will be in, and here he is. He's pulled a little bit longer than I assumed. So Luca Mari gets by Batek in a nice move there, and Batek is massively impressing me this evening. He did one tiny little off, but he's been driving his heart out, and that's exactly what we love to see. Gets the little flashes on as well while he's on stream there. He loves a good flash, Mr. Batek. As Simon's in the pits, it must feel like an age for him, and Dyer's in the pits also. So Matty Gamble, looks like Liam just let him by. Matty giving a little bit of a booty shake to him, going jeepers. Bit of opposite lock there. I'd say he was saying jeepers really there. And Liam now is up into P17 as well, so great showing from him in his first FFG outing also. Ransley's just, oh. Let's see how he ended there. So he's absolutely flat to the mat. Oh, you can see beforehand he got to turn in too early and overcompensated on the steering, and it's not ever a corner you want to be doing that on. And Baz O'Neill, tiny little bit of a wide. Oh, tiny bit of a wide, I say. That was an absolute murder for himself. Oh, he got nudged. Oh, I have something to say there, but I won't say it. It's a pun on words, but you can guess it. But Mr. Leip gave him a little touch. I'll let you work out the rest. So Matty Gamble up into P2 there now. That looks like Baz getting back to the pits in a safe manner. That's one thing I can stand by Baz. He's always going to do the right thing. He's staying off the... Oh my god, that's huge damage. That's just so unfortunate for him. But he'll finish, and that's what Baz does. Even when he gets murdered. We will have a look at the steward inquiry obviously after it. There'll be a live stream most likely tomorrow, and we will go through that as it's going to be quite late finishing this evening. Fair play to Baz, doing his best to stay out of the way there. Polycott is letting him go because Polycott knows he's going into the pits. Fair play. It's done and dusted. Todd Brown is now in the pits as well. Chico Lindfar is going to stay out. Matty Gamble stayed out. Luca Murray is still out there, but I'm going to jump on with Tedder because this is exactly what it's going to be. Oh, and Dyer's out behind Tedder. So Tedder's going to have to probably try let him by again in a manner that's not going to lose him too much time again. So Tedder was stopped for 32 seconds, Dyer stopped for 33, and that was why that was the case of that there. So Chris doing the same thing again. That's beautifully done there. It doesn't really lose too much time and gets the job done. Now we've got Luca Mari in the pits now as well. So Donatli and Simon have cleared, as is Dudley, as is Bishters, Stacey Ellis, now Luca Mari and Mr. Brown will. But now Chris Tedder, where are you going to come out? Brown is stopped 23, 24, 25, 26, 28. I think, yeah, so this is going to be definitely Tedder is going to easily get by him here. Brown is still stopped though. 34 seconds, 2 seconds slower. So that's definitely sealed that for him there. So Chris can just be pulled along there and actually enjoy a bit of a tow for a bit, while we settle down into the last phase once all the pit stops are done. I do feel everyone should be in soon enough to get rid of the old tyres. Baz is in, I think, getting rid of his panels at this stage after that huge incident. Ransley coming out of the pits. Murray, I think, only getting to his box. So Tom Solis yet to pit for League Full of Idiots. Batek is yet to pit. Andre doing a great job here today. I'm very, very impressed with Batek. Really am impressed with him. Looking up further, so Liam Smith is doing a great job. He's only 12 seconds to say that he's going in for a second pit stop now, as unfortunately he did do 2 pits, but one was for a drive through, which was super unfortunate. But a great showing from Liam so far. Other than the speeding into pits, there was no real drive throughs or anything like that, no major contacts. He was able to avoid it all. So he's really showing his awareness is improving, so fair play to him. Back on with Mr. Chico Leanfar here now. He's 17 seconds off Matty Gamble, and he is about 19 seconds clear of Tom Solis. But Matty Gamble is in the pits now, so Chico has jumped into the lead. Matty in for his last time. Tom Solis will be getting by him soon. Will Batek pit this lap? I think for Batek it might be a smart thing to do. Although he still has a bit of... It depends on if he's gotten fresh tyres on. If I was him, I probably would pit now. But he's going to stay out. I do love that livery from Nakovas. And he is staying out also. Chris Tedder is not too far off them. But Chris is just getting a nice little tow now every lap. Dr. Evil for League Full of Idiots still has one more pit stop to do. He's waiting. Todd Brown though is about 9 seconds off Chris Tedder at the minute. What can Todd do? So Matty Gamble will be overtook now, and he's second by Chris Tedder, I would assume. So Matty Gamble, how long has he stopped for now? 22 seconds, yeah. So he'll be still a little bit longer before and happens, but the Natalie is ahead of Nathan Warren now, so let's have a quick look back at how that happened. So the Natalie goes around the outside there, sees the room. Isdri got in the way a little bit, but he was going into the pits, so Nathan then gets out on boy, and the Natalie gets the job done, which is exactly what he needs to do. Matty Gamble slots back out into 8th position, by the way, as we hear someone entering the pits. That's Isdri in the pits there. You hear the woo noise. That is a real pit sounder that you will get on every single racetrack. Not my woo bar, but the electronic sound of it, as Liam has let the Natalie by there. Nicely done. That's what we like to see. So Simon, unfortunately now, is caught behind Liam, but at the minute Liam has nowhere to go. The guys just have to be patient there and be patient with him. Getting the little flashes on now. So Liam is entitled to let him by in a place that is safe to do so, and Liam was and does let him through nicely. That's fair enough. Nathan Warren next then will be wanting to get by massively, and Liam lets him by nicely as Nathan does get through. I'm sure he'll be thankful of that there as well. So the Natalie now, next up for him is Stanovic, and 2 seconds behind then is Michael Scheim. Still Nakovas, Batek, Solis, Chico, Dr. Evil, Stanovic, Warren, Geese, Holloway, Polycott, and Leip, and the other Polycott is still yet to pit for their second pit stop as well. So there's still an awful lot to happen in this race, and it really could go anyway. Dr. Evil is in the pits now. And Natalie gets by Stanovic, as we've seen on screen there as well. Lovely job. As we can hear in the background, that's Evil just driving through the pits. It's such a long pit here. It's not like, well, even with the Formula 1 pits, it wouldn't be, well, it would be a little bit faster. The GT pits are quite a bit slower, unfortunately. So Luca Mari has it all to do again in P15, but the 3 cars ahead of him all have to pit, and a few other cars that pit around him. So Luca Mari could be nearly in the P10. I expect him to be in the top 10 by the end of the race, and I truly do mean that. He has been phenomenal here today. Absolute joy to watch on the track, to be absolutely honest about that. So let's see how they get on there. Luca Mari still going nice and strong there. Stanovic though and Simon after swapping positions. Let's get back and have a look at that there. These can't be doing this here, Simon, not showing me. Down the inside he sends it. He does, and he gets the room there. So Stanovic was like, not, or I can't say his name properly. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call you Yuri. I'm just going to call you Yuri from now on. That's just a lot easier. But so Simon is after getting that job done there now. So Tether is all over Nakovic and is off the track trying to get by at this stage, being ran wide. They're on two different strategies there. Novakis though doing his best to kind of not lose too much time. Novakis is trying to fight Tether still on two different strategies. Tether under fresher tyres though, and gets a much better drive out of it, but Novakis is not going anywhere. Tether's going to be on the defensive here. So Tether's going to be losing time to Brown, which is not what he wants, but luckily enough there, that's it. Job hopefully done and dusted for him there, as Chico Linfar is in the pits as well for his last time. Novak is still yet to pit, as is Batek and Solace. Batek now up into P2 there, getting quite dizzy, I would say, at this stage, but doing a great job nonetheless. Isidri coming out there. Luca Mari though, right on the back of Aaron Holloway here. Aaron runs a bit wide. Mari though, much faster there. This is definitely going to happen. Although Aaron doing the right thing, he's defending, keeping that better line. Mari's going to try to cut back with a better drive, fresher tyres. Mari flashing Aaron now at this stage. Aaron though is entitled to essentially race, even though they're on completely different strategies. Dominic Geese and Chico in the pits. So Aaron still, Mari just has to run wide and is going to do the cutback with the better drive there. The only thing is that Mercedes in a straight line. Luca is going to be feeling very frustrated, I think, with this. So Aaron is there. Luca nearly pushing him along. Luca's gone off the track. Probably got himself a cut drive-through for Isidri, by the way. That's going to be frustrating for Mari. He needs to get by Aaron Holloway. Holloway, though, it's not a blue flag situation. It's a fight that's on track, so he's entitled to race it, even though they are on different positions. It was like Nakovic and Chris Tether. While ideally, just to get out of the way, that's normally what I do. I wouldn't really fight too much if I wasn't in that race, personally. But everyone's entitled to race their own race. Dominic Geese coming out in 17th position. Not coming out because he's still in the pits there. So Liam Smith is in 19th after his pit stop, but there is a few guys, two guys ahead that are to pit. One being Polycott, so I reckon Liam could be looking at least P18 by the time Polycott pits, because the lap time that you lose around here is close to 2 minutes really if you're doing tyres. So Liam could be gaining another place or two, so he'll be happy with that as well. Luca Mario won't be happy because he's stuck there. Tom Solis is in the pits, as is Batek. So Chris Tether is back officially in the lead, and that's the actual lead with 30 minutes to go. Solis though will be looking. Tom Brown is next behind. So Todd Brown there is now about, what, 6 seconds or so behind Tether. He's pulled in about 2 seconds with Tether being stuck in traffic. Janovic in the pits also now. So everybody getting their last pit stop done. I'm surprised people have gone the hour, but then again, they're going to be rapid if they do fresh tyres now at this stage. Luca Mari and Holloway, is it going to happen? Holloway's just placing his car perfect for defending. He's doing his own thing, but Holloway, why haven't you pitted yet? Let me have a look at Aaron. He's been 44 minutes in that stint there. I would say Holloway should pit, but I don't know if he's got tyres changed or not. And that must be so frustrating for Mari. P12 at the minute. Yeah, you can see him getting a little bit frustrated there now. So Batek still in the pits there. You're going to hear Holloway and Mari go by. We do. So basically, Dudley next behind them as well. So Dudley is actually, what, about 3 and a bit seconds off. But yeah, look, Mari is losing a lot of time, and this is great for Dudley, because these are fighting essentially for P10 whenever Aaron pits. That is P10 for Luca Mari. Drive through though for Luca Mari. Oh my god. Track limits there have gotten the better of him, unfortunately. That is very, very, very unlucky. No other way to say that there.
Now, having a look here, elsewhere, Brown goes up into second now as Novakis goes into the pits now as well for his last time. So Dominic Geese is out in P18. Polycott is still yet to pit. I'd assume very soon he's going to come in now, sure. Polycott, did he change tyres? He probably did change tyres though. So it's going to be a splash and dash for him. So only about a minute and a half for him. Not the 2 minutes that I would normally take with tyres. Novakis in the pits. Luca Mari still yet to serve that drive-through. That's very, very tough for Luca. And I really feel for him there. Frustration sometimes gets the better of you, especially when you're behind the slower guys. It's just one of those things. Sorry guys, just writing back to Mr. Craig Hewitt has joined the championship there as well. But still a lot to be unfolding here today, guys. So let's keep an eye on this one. So Polycott still in P17. You've got Mari in the pit serving the drive-through. Novakis surely at this stage is nearly about to go. He's still about 15. Oh no, he's dropped. And he's going, so he is back out there. Tom Solis though is fighting Nathan Moran, although Nathan Moran is yet to pit, so Solis essentially has that P6 and maybe wants Nathan Moran to move over once he gets there, but he is about 12 seconds off Mr. Syme. I'm surprised a few people have left it so late for their second pit stop. Obviously Aaron, I think, had to because of the damage, so that would then mean he had to pit. So I'll be interested to see what happens. Solis is still behind Warren. Oh, look at Batek at it. Bister's not giving an inch either. This is great racing. Oh, Batek. Look at him, Madur. Oh, what a dude. What a dude. He's such a racer. What a man. Does his best, but doesn't get the job done. But Solis has got a boy, Nathan. Let's have a look there at that one. Solis gets down the straight there and not a problem. Gets on with things. Lovely jubbly. He's 13 seconds off Simon, 5th. Can he do that to come back to it? And the replay is up. As we see Solis on the defensive line there. Luca Mari, though, is coming through Polycott. This is a guy I really want to give him the driver of the day because he's been super impressive. Very unlucky with the frustration behind Holloway. Gets the drive through, but Holloway doesn't really have to get by. They're fighting on the same racetrack. It's not a blue flag situation, and even at that, you need to get by in a safe manner as well. But Luca, for me, has been massively impressive. Like, there's so many drivers I could say being impressive here. Like, Liam Smith was very unlucky with his drive-through. Chico Lindfar still doing a great job. Then Natalie as well has been absolutely phenomenal. Matty Campbell, top class. Tedder being unbelievable, as is Todd Brown. There's so many great drives here today. Baz doing a great job keeping it going after the issues he's had with other drivers. Stacey Ellis for keeping it going. So many great drivers. It's been super impressive, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how we get on once we get fuller grids as well. Like, we've got 43, 44 sign-ups. We can hold up to about 55 in this server safely. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on. So Luca looks like he's going to have a better drive here. Polycott is still yet to pit though as well. So Luca is being absolutely hindered by just the phase of the race where he's already done on his pit stops. Polycott's not fighting that one there. That's beautifully done by Polycott. Luca is going to be very appreciative of that, I'd say. Is not being held up major there. Dr. Evil is now fighting with Mr. Batek on track. Batek 1.3 seconds off Bishter's there, as Chico is after getting the job done on Nathan. Nathan is still yet to pit as well, so I would assume soon enough Nathan will be into the pits.
Will it be this lap? Will it be next? John Dudley is getting very close to Aaron Holloway now as well. He's staying out, Nathan Moran is. So will Aaron go in and just gift John the chance to go and boy without being held up, or is he going to be held up also? And he doesn't gift him this lap round anyway. Stanovic, after having a moment... Oh, he just lost it by himself. Oh, Luca Murray. Oh, how did you get by that? Whoa. I'd say he had something to poo in that Ferrari right now after that. Oh my god. And Dr. Evil is fighting with Batek now, both in the same machinery. Be interesting to see. He seems to have the pace on Mr. Batek at the minute. We know Batek is a racer. Looking back, that is late in the pit. Stacey Ellis. Oh, huge crash for Ellis there. What happened there? Just on the exit, was it? Oh, he goes straight off. You're only a passenger there at that stage. These things can happen, Stacey. You know, you just have to move on from it. Dr. Evil, though, is fighting with Batek. Batek is ahead. Oh, both of them too late in the brakes. But Batek has somehow stayed ahead. What a man. What a man. I'm definitely part of the Batek fan base. It all started with him and Aaron last season. Dudley now up in the P10. He needs Aaron really to get his ass out of the way soon. There is still 15 minutes left in the pit window, and it's Aaron, Nathan, Polycott. Two Polycotts actually still need to pit, and a drive-through for Novakis now. Oh, there's been a few drive-throughs today and a few stop-go 30s, and Spa is not the place you want to speed into the pits because it will punish you so badly. So Chico at least is fighting solace on Mera here. Baz getting out of the way of them fighting here. I'd love a league full of Bazes as well. He's just a fucking legend. As Nathan Warren goes into the pits. Oh, Chico hangs it around the outside as well. Solace on the inside. It's a drag race down. Chico essentially is ahead now and has the right to the corner, and Solace tucks in behind. Chico gets by, but will Solace get a nice drive now? That's the thing. Chico up into P6 after that one. So Dudley is still behind Aaron Holloway. Aaron is continuing going. I'm surprised he's going as long as he is. So Dr. Evil and Batek swapping positions. What's happened there? Side by side coming down. Oh, Dr. Evil just gets the braking way too late. That's what happens when you're hard racing as well. He's done the right thing as how he's entered back in. Luckily enough, there was no one close behind him. I'm sure he would have kept an eye on that if there was. You don't want to do a bad rejoin either, but he's done brilliantly there. So John Dudley here, probably looking for a way by Aaron now, because he's getting to the stage now where he needs either Aaron to be nice and move over for him, or get into the pits. Because Dudley has, what? Although he's that much time behind, it's not going to make a massive difference, but it will be P8 nonetheless. Luca Murray now up into P14. Can he hunt down Nathan Moran? That for me is going to be the question. Nathan Moran's coming out of the pits. Luca Murray not too far off him, and for me that'll be a nice little battle for him. Polycott's finally into the pits now, so that's good news for Liam. Not good news for Mr. Ransley. He's had a bit of a moment there. What's happened there? So Chris Tedder's come up behind him. Was it just that he let Tedder out of the way? Or did he lose it? One or the other? No, he's just let Tedder out of the way, but it looks like he's decided, you know what, nah, I'll just go. So I think that was nicely done. That's what it looks like from where he was. Batek and Evil still at it. Will Aaron pit this lap, or will Aaron keep going? He is the mobile roadblock, out for rent.
He's been doing great with his defender this evening. Very impressive to watch him. He might have learned something from me in the Jag the other day in Amigos. Liam up into P18 now. Been a great showing from him. Polycott in the pits. Dr. Evil fighting with Batek like there's no tomorrow. Now I'm going to run through some stats as well as we're on with this little battle here. So Tedder's up 3 positions up into P1 at present. Todd Brown's up 1 position to P2. Matty Gamble's up 3 positions into P3. Denatley's up 1 position to P4. Symes up 2 into P5. Chico Leanfar is actually down 4 positions in P6. Tom Solis is up 3 positions in P7. Batek on mad on defence there. But Aaron Holloway up 9 positions at present, but still is yet to pit. Oh, the two of them come to a standstill. Aaron's up 9. John Dudley's up 4 positions. P. Bishters is up at 19 positions in P10. That's unbelievable going from him. Batek's up 5 positions. Evil's up 6 positions. Nathan's up 6 positions. Luke and Murray is unfortunately down 6 positions, as well as Dominic Geese. Stanov, that's Yuri, is up 4 positions. Nakovic is down 3. Liam Smith's up 13 positions there, so the second highest gains on the grid this evening. Polycott's up 2. Ransley's up 2. Lape is down 6. Ellis is up 5 positions. Great showing from him. Polycott's up 3. Baz is up 4. And Isdri is up 5. And unfortunately, the rest have had disconnection issues or been murdered. Or I know that Spud was sick as well. So look, there's a few different reasons there. I know Glenn, the most handsome man in FFG, his brake pedal fucked. As Gamble is getting through the back markers now. So Gamble will have Denatley fighting soon enough from a P3 if he doesn't keep that gap nice and big. Sion had a bit of a moment. Did he just go wide or what happened? They just went yellow flagging him. Oh, he tipped Stacey at the racing at the back, but has got through in the end. He just obviously came onto that after the tip happened. So John Dudley still behind the roadblock that is Aaron Holloway. He's going to be in his head going, please mate, just get out of the way at this stage. There's not much you can do, but Chris Tedder out front hasn't really got much airtime. Has been doing an amazing job. Since the start of the race, has just kind of been in a world of his own once he got by Todd. Fair play to him. These things happen in race as well. My heart does go out, of course, to Brogan. He had rapid pace here this evening, but just unfortunately his wheel disconnected. His forced feedback messed up. So he's not the only driver to have those issues. It's obviously with Glennon's brake pedal, and it's not something we like to see, and thankfully it can rejoin the server. So Glenn, in future for yourself, if you do have an issue, you can leave the server fast, come back into the server and re-pick up, especially if it's before the race, but I suppose you wouldn't have known that with the brake until it happened. So we're going to go back on with Dudley. He's super close now to Holloway. I think Aaron is the only person yet to pit now. So Dudley's just sitting there. Dudley knows the position's his, so he doesn't need to be going too mad with this. Dudley is doing his best. He is just going to pray for Aaron to get out of his way. Into the braking zone. Dudley just sitting waiting. That already sounds amazing, as does the AMG mark. And Aaron stays out from the lap. That's all I keep looking at. So Stanovic, oh, has missed the corner. Lape and Ransley at it.
Did Liam Smith just disconnect? What happened, Liam? Needed to find replacement stuff, that's fair. What happened, Liam, though? I just see he's out of it. Oh, Stanovic's in the wall. Oh, that was the Natalie. Just got the braking wrong, I think. Was flashing the lights instead of taking the corner and ended up nudging him. That's tough, because the Natalie's been having a great race so far. He is in P4, of course. He was urgent to get him out of the way to fight with Gamble if he could. What's happened, Liam? Tell Liam to re-join if he can, because he'll get points if he finishes the race. And Glenn, if you can rejoin, you'll get points for finishing the race. So I definitely recommend that if you want to get points and you've had unfortunate incidents, join back in at just before the end, and you will at least get those positions. So just having a look through here now, Dudley is going to have to find a way by at this stage. Ransley's in the pits for his drive-through now as well. That's his second drive-through of the race. His downshift stopped working. That's unlucky. We'll see, can he get joined back in, because there's points there, so that's what I'd be more telling about, is getting the points, never mind nothing else. Just kind of show what's going on there. Total time so far 79 minutes there, 33 laps in, and you see the difference of laps there. So look, my internet went out as well, otherwise I'd still be driving. Jeez, Brogan, the absolute bad luck for you. Hopefully that's your bad luck on tonight, and then for the rest of the season it'll be good, because mate, you're definitely a contender to win. If you look at the race intro that I done, you'll see that, you know, it was only a few people won certain races even twice, so, you know, I reckon you'll be a strong contender for the championship, and there is that championship hoodie as well. But you've had nothing but issues today, in fairness. You've done a great pole lap, and you had the fastest lap time as well. That's just been super unlucky there. You've been very, very unlucky, as Todd Brown is about 4.6 seconds off Tether in P2. Matty Gamble, I think, is safe enough in P3. He's 8 seconds clear of the Natalie, who is in P4. Syme is in P5. Lindvar is in P6. Solis is in P7. The Roadblock is in P8. Dudley is in P9. Beasters is in P10. Dr. Evil in P11, Batek in P12, Luca in P13. Luca, I feel so bad for him. Yeah, I was expecting him to be top 10. Unfortunately, the drive-through and he's stuck behind the roadblock, I think, getting frustrated with the speed that he has. He's another guy I'm really looking forward to seeing how he develops through the season as well. There's some great new faces coming in here, and that's what we love to see. And even the guys that are new, like Isri, having a very tough race and keeping it going no matter what. And I love this. I love seeing the guys having a bad race that are still able to go, obviously if they can. Obviously Brogan cutting with his internet issues as well, so it's just been a tough day in the office for him in general. So Aaron has to pit the next lap realistically, otherwise he has fucked his race in the most polite way. So we'll come back to that one. Solis doing a great job there. Was that poly cut off? It is. I just heard it in the background. I hear vroom. So what carb was it? This carb. Oh, he just lost it before the carb. Oh. God, that is so unlucky for Chris. I feel for him there.
Aaron is he's cutting this very close. Aaron does realise he still has another pit stop. Surely, surely. Oh my god, did he forget? Because he's not going to make it before the timer comes in for the pit window, I don't think. Oh, I wouldn't like to be Aaron right now. At all. At all. Aaron, you're a madman, that's all I'm saying. You're an absolute madman. Bishter's still doing a great job in the 444 Lamborghini in P10. Been very impressive as well, Patrick has. But Simon is catching Denatli now, so he's going to be looking behind him and not ahead as we come into the last 6 minutes. Now, Mr. Holloway, where are you? You have to pit now, otherwise, if he doesn't pit, he's looking... Yeah, he's indicating he's going into pits. Fair play to him using the indicator, that's always a smart move. Fair play to him, so that's released Dudley at last. So that's going to put Bishter's up into P10, probably even into P11, and maybe, or sorry, even into P10 and maybe Batak into P11 by the time that that's done. Polycott is in the pit still. Hopefully he gets going soon because it'd be nice to see him finish the race. That was huge damage on that car. Matty Gamble doing a great job up into P3, and that's it. The pit window is done. Now, did Aaron shoot himself in the foot with his pit window strategy? That is my question. That's going to be the interesting one here. But what I'm going to do, lads, I'm going to jump on with Chris Tedder for a hot lap as he's coming around there now, because he deserves it. I'm going to shut up here and we're going to enjoy Chris for a lap. There you have it.
Unbelievable lap there. He's doing such a good job today. And whether you like, love him or hate him, you have to put out to Chris today. He's done a great job out there. Todd Brown's done a stellar job as well, down to 3 and a bit seconds now. So Todd's really giving it all he can. Simon on the back of Denatli as well. Only 0.7 off for P4. That battle's going to definitely liven up now. Matty Gamble, honestly for me, has done an amazing job as well. He has drove the BMW for well over a year solid and has decided to give the Lamborghini a go in FFG. And his first outing in the Lamborghini in FFG, a podium. You cannot go wrong with that. If he was in the M4, I think Chris would be sweating a bit more. It's brilliant stuff. So Luca Mari as well is on the back of Batek. So Luca might get himself up to P11. I think that'll be the height of his woes for today. He's been superly impressive as well, really and truly has. Simon has dropped off now from the Denatli, so we're going to stay on with this battle here. Where is Tedder on the track actually as well? Let me have a look there. So Chris Tedder is car number 2. Where is he? So he's coming around, so there'll be one more lap now in a minute, so we'll keep on with this one for a minute, guys. Murray pushing the back of Batek. Oh, Batek running nearly off the track. He's defending as if that's his race win there. Murray's trying to find a way by. Batek is just defending. Superly aggressive. Oh. Luca Murray's being run off the track a little bit there. Batek's going to have to be a little bit, I know it's fighting for position, he needs to be a little bit more calm. So Chris is, unfortunately for Chris, we're chasing down Todd Brown. Chris is coming across the closest battle, although Murray has got the job done there. Let's just go back really quick just to get that. So Murray breaks that bit later. Batek just, has to concede the position. Well done, Batek. He fought very, very hard, but had to finally give it up there. And is sitting behind. So we're going to jump on now with Mr. Chris Tedder here. He has had an epic race this evening. Truth be told, very, very impressive. And I'm sure he'll be absolutely chuffed with that win because he hasn't looked into it at all. He's had to earn that one this evening. And Todd Brown has kept him honest from start to finish as well. He's been there the whole way throughout, so very well done. Todd brings it down to 3 seconds from just over 8 seconds, only 9 seconds after their last pit stop. So fair play. There's no other battles on track, so Chris Tedder is going to be Season 2's first race winner once he gets it around the rest of this lap. Batek though needs to get out of his way. Oh, Batek is just getting in his way. Chris is getting caught here as well. Batek needs to get out of the way big time. Chris just stick behind him. I don't know why Batek is defending. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Chris just get home. Oh my god. Well done, Chris, well done. You got home. I was feeling that one there. So Chris comes in first position with Todd right behind him in second. I was sweating there. Batek, you mad hooer. Batek nearly costing Chris the race. Knock it out of the way, and Gamble and Warren at it there. Warren letting Gamble boy as Gamble comes around for P3 in his Lambo here this evening. Very, very good job by Matthew Gamble. Then the Natalie coming behind there as well in P4 with Syme right behind him in P5 there. So the Natalie, phenomenal job for EOS. Syme, great job there. Chico lean far coming around. Still great recovery up into P6. Tom Solis then coming around for P7. So great job for Solis in P7. With Dudley in P8 it was. Piercer's in P9. Gravel in P10. Someone's left the server as it's going around. Chris, what was the bloody defending? I'll have a look at that with Batek. I did notice he didn't get out of the way there, and even I was sweating it for you coming near the end. And I was even telling you not to overtake. I will have a word with Batek over that. He should not be defending the race leader on the last lap. That's absolutely silly. He was not going to lose the position to that boy, but we will talk about that with Batek. He's done a great job other than that so far tonight, so great stuff there. But Bishter's done a great job. Evil then coming around, and Luca Mari as well done an amazing job. Well, yeah, guys, that was absolutely a brilliant end to our first race. So I'm hoping I can get a few people in for commentary as well. So let's see how we get on with that one there. Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff there. Very, very tough first race of the season as well. 90 minutes around Spa. Never easy. Never easy. So, should be quite interesting. Batek, I'm so... thanks for the fights. I'm sure Chris isn't saying thanks for the fights. Especially near the end like that. But we've got Aaron Holloway in, so we'll get Aaron in for a quick chat there. So, Aaron, for you, a bit of a mixed race for you. You ended up being a roadblock at the end for Murray and for Dudley. I just started calling you roadblock for the end.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, definitely, yeah. I let one of the McLarens through going up Eau Rouge, which was for position, but I was like, there's no point going side by side. But then I was just going a bit slower, so I had more front end than I expected. Hit the curb and then went round and took another McLaren with me. So I had to pit. I think that was like 10 minutes in. So I pitted with like an hour and 20 to go, and I was like, well, let's try salvage this. So I stuck it out on the same set of tyres the rest of the race. And so the plan was to pit as late as possible, just so I could carry as little fuel as possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and with the fighting, it's nothing personal. I mean, I did it to Dudley and thingy,
Luke and
it was just I was a bit bored because I'd been blue flagged the whole race, and I was like, well, I finally have someone who's for position, so test my racecraft.
Technically not for position, but I get you. But no, honestly, look, you done a good race. It was definitely a tough race when you got that big damage. And then I think, unfortunately, it was Leip, I'm nearly sure it was, that you took out of it.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, yeah, it was just one of those things.
Yeah.
But, you know, we move forward to the next race. That's all we can do. But no, I think you're doing a great job anyway. I'm going to pull Chris Tedder in as well, and I want to get Dominic in as well. But, Chris, congratulations on the race win. Your battle with Batek will go down in history.
Mate, don't even go there.
Oh my god, man, I was sweating.
No joke, mate. When he pushed me out wide, I nearly lost it.
Oh, really? Yeah, because when I seen it, I was like, oh, and then I was like, Chris, don't go around the outside if we're going into the bus stop, don't do it.
Yeah, no, when he pushed me out wide there, mate, I nearly lost the car. Oh, I'm not too happy about that. That move there, and he lost me the race.
Yeah, I know. Well, he ended up, Brown pulled in like a second and a half through that last sector alone. So it is that probably the only thing I think I can give out to Batek for this evening, because he's actually done well other than that. So I will let him know, because he should have definitely let you, boy. He would have been blue flagged.
There were about 5 chances, mate. He could have just lifted.
Oh no, he wasn't going to lose that, and he should have just let off and let his boy.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Apart from that, mate, I was lucky to win today, mate. I had a lot going my way, and I had a good start, and I had to get the move done on Todd really early on to sort of get in the lead. So yeah, it was a mixture of just a lot of things going my way today, mate, for that.
Yeah, but sometimes you need that bit of luck, and thankfully you've got that bit of luck. And it's not often that the luck comes in your favour either, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, no, good race there. I enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Well, that's what it's all about. And it's interesting to see, obviously we lost out on, it was Brogan. He had actually, his force feedback went to him at the start of the race. So that's the reason why he got disconnected from that there. So that's just the server kicking me out. But yeah, no, look, it was you done everything you need to do, luck or not. It was only luck for Brogan really coming out of it, but the rest of it was down to you keeping it on track, not getting drive-throughs, not getting stop-go 30s, as we've seen a few of each.
Yeah, I weren't fighting him, mate. When he come out the pits, I just letting him by. Just like, I'll let you go from front. You go and do your thing.
I knew that like, he was the fastest guy in track in terms of lap time. Obviously, after getting that, I know he was.
I was less than a tenth off him down fastest lap.
I know, but see, you done the smart thing, and I said that in the stream as well. It's proper IQ. You knew he was fighting with you. You'd end up there starting to defend a little, so you're better off just letting him by and just focusing on your own lap times, and you done exactly what you needed to do, mate.
Yeah, I was just trying to set steady lap times, mate. I wanted to get the 16 in, which I did. And then after I'd done that, I just backed off a little bit and preserved the tyres.
Yeah.
So, yeah, today was just about staying in the lead, not getting drive-throughs or winning it for me.
Yeah, no, I think you done a phenomenal job, and it's a testament to you about how you actually went about the racing as well. It was super, super smart as well. But I'm going to drag everyone in as well, so they just got dragged in. But I'm going to jump on to P2 as well, Chris. Todd Brown, you done an amazing job there in that Porsche. How was that for you?
Oh, it was definitely not the easiest race. If you were watching me at the end, I was sliding absolutely everywhere. And those first 5 laps, I don't know what happened, but I just couldn't get the car in a straight line.
Wow. Obviously, well, you came good, and nearly by the end, you were coming back for the race win with a little help from Batek as well.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have passed him anyway. Even if he got hit off or something, I would have waited for him, because it's not really fair.
Can I ask, how the fuck did you make that Porsche go all the way to the end of a race with one set of tyres?
No, I changed tyres.
That's crazy. But like, you'd normally need about 5 sets just for one race with that.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was really tricky. Yeah, I'm surprised in the spin at one point, and my pit stops weren't great, but the actual pace was better than I thought it'd be.
So I was rapid pace.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good race overall. Thank you.
I must admit, I was making time with you in the pit stops today. I was I made time with you in both pits.
In the first pit stop, I was just too slow into the pits because I didn't know where to stop. And in the second one, I forgot to change my camera angle to the hood. And I just got the position wrong. I lost them a couple of seconds. And I had a couple of seconds damage in the first stint, and I changed it, even though I didn't want to. But I must have just kept it on by accident. Yeah.
No, you're doing very, very well. That's unbelievable around Spa. But I just want to go on to Brogan really quick. The unfortunate man gets pole position, then he comes back in after his DD losing all force feedback to get back in racing, and then for his internet to go as well. Mate, that was a tough start to FFG for you.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but like the start was like really sketchy going up. I really shouldn't have feeling like no feeling in my wheel, and then trying to keep it away from everyone and trying to put away on the side of the track, keep it was safe, and then reset my game, come back with feedback, and just try to push through the pack. Have a little bit of fun and get track time in for the 24 hours coming up soon.
Nice one. Well, look, it was a great first race, and hopefully it doesn't deter you off, and we'll see you back for the full season. As like last season, the race winner came for more consistency than race wins, but if you have that kind of pace, you can definitely challenge these guys all season long as well. But very, very impressive pace for you, especially in the practice server into the 2:15s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 2:15.8, and in qualifying, unfortunately, I was blocked by Merck. So it is what it is. It happens. That's the best thing about racing, and well, actually intrigued what to see in Bathurst as well. My pace isn't too great there, so I might actually be mid-pack really.
Okay, well, to be honest with you, it's a long season, and then we've got the sprints in this season as well, and there is another 90-minute race in Kyalami, and then there's there's a 90-minute race in Kyalami this season, and then I think it's only one sprint race, and then the rest are all actually just quite tasty tracks. But yeah, look, if Bathurst is probably going to be your worst track of the season, you're in for a good season then.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
It's
See what
brilliant to
these
have you
guys
in.
can do as well.
That's unlucky that today. I was looking forward to a good race today out there.
Yeah, these things happen. And Dominic Geese, another man who was strict with, I think, was it a stop-go 30 for you?
Yeah, it was. I didn't speed at all, but I was clicking through my menu, and somehow I disabled the pit limiter for a brief of seconds, and this gave me the speeding.
Shit, that's really unlucky, man, because you were on with a great race as well. I felt bad for you. I think you, Lee, and Liam Sweet were the only ones to get the stop goes, and then there was quite a few drive-through for track limits. It was definitely a tough race, and I thought there'd be more track limits at the front, but these are all kind of annoyingly consistent, to be fair.
Yeah.
But next race, though, Dominic, Bathurst for yourself in the Ferrari, that should be quite good.
Do you think so? I don't know. I didn't do the Ferrari very much, especially it was my first race in the Ferrari, and I don't know how the Ferrari behaves. It behaves quite nice around Spa after a few tricks with the setup, and yeah, we will see how the Ferrari is at Bathurst.
Absolutely. And Camille, what made you change from the Mercedes?
Just testing the Ferrari out. I'm still a Mercedes lover, and just figure out how the Ferrari is, how other cars behaves. Maybe it's fitting better or even worse. And especially for an endurance season, which I do on another league.
Yeah, I guess that's all right. Yeah.
Cars there.
Yeah. Well, you could try the Jag out. The Jag is definitely the OP car.
You got a lot of experience, I hear.
I fucking hate it now after that. But yeah, so lads, I want to thank you all for a great race and giving me some great entertainment, and all the viewers watching as well. There's no more streams from myself this week, but next week I'll be streaming my own race in Amigos, because Chris, it's season 13 in Amigos starting on Monday. So lads, any of you in here that haven't joined Amigos yet for the season on Monday, I'd recommend you to. And anyone watching, get into it as well. I'll obviously throw a post in before on a Sunday, probably before Monday for you, Chris, as well, to get that league filled up. But yeah, great race, everyone. I'm going to end my own stream here, and we'll see you for, where are we, Chris, on Monday?
Hillston, mate.
Silverstone. Oh God, I'm shite there. Anyway, we'll see you for Silverstone on Monday, and see you for Bathurst for round 2 here, lads, next week. So fair fucks to you all, and have a good evening.